98.5 KLUC.
1-800-827-GARY, 1-800-827-GARY. I know this is going to come up. I was thinking it myself. Do you, can you, are you comfortable with, are you able, I can't even hardly believe I'm saying this right now, but there obviously was, at this point, as much as we know, there was one person who perpetrated this evil. Are you able to get in his head?
Well, I wish I could tell you that I'm not, but I am. I hear it's really way too early for some people to even hear it. Again, sometimes the truth sets you free. When I look inside of what would possibly make this occur, there's, you hear me talk about dark energies, and this was a super dark energy. It was a super big demon. People do get possessed. They go crazy, and they do crazy, horrific, horrible things that hurt other people. But what was the core of what was in his head was his he was very much addicted to things. He had strong addictions. And so the demon that I see with him, he was mad at his addictive demons. And so he was addicted to things, guns. He was addicted to being kind of in his head the man, even though his outer probably awareness from friends and things weren't so. But he was sort of addicted to even playing games, gambling, different things. And so he was just mad, and he had no joy in him, and he was actually angry. These demons aim at people's joy. And so he had the demon in him that aims at other people's joy. And we can never, ever, ever, ever let that defeat us. It's a total anti-God demon. And so, but it was a very big one, and it was a really bad one, and he was just aiming at your joy. Every time he shot into that crowd, he was aiming at someone's joy. And that's what that was. And he had it in him for a long time. I think he started planning this even 2 years ago, is what I see in my head.
So this predates the anti-anxiety medicine. That, there's been talk that this anti-anxiety medicine causes aggression. And then does that, so that predates that, or was it exacerbated by that? You know what I mean? Did the medicine?
Yeah, it can totally turn up the volume in people.
The fire,
a lot of times.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll hear me on the air talk about it. I'll say that medication's not going to agree with you or whoever, and I'll call people out and I'll say, you're on an antidepressant, you're on an anti-anxiety medication, and they'll say, yeah, I am. I say, well, you're actually on 3, and they'll say, yeah, I'm on 3. And but I can see these, and sometimes they do not work for you. Sometimes it gets people over the hump, and then they should move on with their lives. And sometimes it becomes the problem, and it can make it way, way worse. And the demons that are whispering to these people in their ear or in their head, then totally can possess them. And you'll see this thing can occur. This happens all the time. I see it in private readings every day of my life. And so totally. But he had this in his head off and on in different ways on how to do it. For like I said, I go back and I one of the biggest questions I asked myself psychically was, when did he start thinking of this? And I hear 2 years ago. So there was an incident 2 years ago where it feels like he lost a lot of money or something occurred, and he got mad at the system, if you would, and then that's when he started making his plan.
And then we had word today, come out yesterday, confirmed that he had rented rooms at the Ogden through Airbnb for Life is Beautiful. And then today it came out that he had rented hotel rooms overlooking Grant Park in Chicago during Lollapalooza. So who knows what he's done, even prior to that.
Like I said, it was in his head for a very long time, and he wanted to just really get his perfect opportunity. This was many times these particular demons and dark energies will brew into a person's consciousness and stay there for a very long time, and they're looking for their perfect storm, and unfortunately he found it.
To Spence's point, there was 2 other concerts that we're getting word of now that he was aiming at as well, it kind of seems. Do you have any kind of light on why he decided this was the time that he was going to strike?
I can see one of them was because of a waiter sometimes people show up in the physical world as angels and will change people's minds. So I see a waiter that talked to him or was kind to him or something, and it made him lose his how do I say, being possessed enough to pull it off. That sounds rather silly, understanding the seriousness and magnitude of this. But just one person was nice to him, or there would have been a previous time where he would have already done this.
Whoa,
got it.
And
so there was like an inner battle.
Yeah. And so he had someone that was kind to him, and I believe it was a waiter or a bellman or somebody in a hotel, but somebody was just kind to him, and they were nice to him, and he couldn't then do it because that love and kindness, and see the love and kindness that in oneness that we share with everybody, that Las Vegas is so strong. And the reason is because Las Vegas has all these people from all over the world every day that shows up, and so everybody kind of accepts everybody. And that's what oneness is about. And so Las Vegas is so strong with this, that oneness that the waiter shared before, or there would have been another incident before. Absolutely.
Man. For the record, I feel a bit healed as well.
yeah.
Just from all that. I just feel a little lighter. I've got serious chills. That doesn't always happen, but I've got, yeah. So
I love you guys. See you soon.
We love you back.